Hello, dear learner, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to see how you can focus your vision on either only paper 1 or paper 2 or both paper 1 and paper 2 topics. Let's go. All right, the first thing you need to do is to, of course, log into your learner account. Remember, whatever we do is applicable to all these 4 subjects: mathematics, physics, biology, and chemistry. To practice by topics, you come to this card here, practice by topics, and you decide what the source of your questions is going to be. So we do have questions from previous KCSE papers, joint mocks, and if your school is our client, then we'll also have your school past papers. So we'll just see KCSE and joint mocks here. And then you decide, are you going to practice both paper 1 and paper 2, or are you simply going to focus on topics under paper 1 or paper 2? So if I come to all papers, then I select, let's say, a Form 4 topic, a Form 4 grade. What I will see are all topics under Form 4. If I simply limit to paper 1 topics under Form 4, then you can see we only have 3 questions. And if I want paper 1 topics in Form 3, then those are the topics. And if I want to go to paper 2 topics in Form 3, then those are the topics. And paper 2 topics in Form 4, we do have those. And if we see what we have in Form 2, under paper 2, we only have 1 topic, which is tested in both paper 1 and paper 2. That's vectors 1. All right. Before we start looking at the questions under these topics, I would like to draw your attention to these 3 bars here. And then we have my somo langu here. So we are going to view our progress. And by that I mean you are able to track which topics you have already attempted questions in and which ones you haven't. Of course, you determine whether you want to focus on simply KCSE or both KCSE and joint mocks and your school papers. And then you decide to, let's say, focus on all, both paper 1 and paper 2 in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, or Form 4. If I want to only focus on paper 1 topics, those are the topics in Form 1. These are the topics in Form 2, paper 1. These are the 4 topics in Form 3, paper 1, and then Form 4. These are the paper 1 topics. If I want to focus on paper 2 topics in Form 4, here they are. And remember, for each topic, you do see how many questions we have from different KCSE papers and how many you have attempted under each topic. And again, under each topic, we have broken them down to subtopics. Okay, and for each subtopic, how many questions we have and how many you have attempted. If I want paper 2, Form 3, then we do have these questions. So under this topic, for instance, trigonometric ratios 2, we do have 12 questions from different KCSE years. And under that, we do have different subtopics and how many questions we have under those and how many you have attempted. So for instance here, using sine and cosine rules to solve triangles, it's a question under that topic. We do have 12 questions from different years, but my progress shows 0. Okay, and of course in Form 1 we do not have any topics being tested under paper 2. In Form 2, we only have vectors 1, which appears in both paper 1 and paper 2. We have 27 questions and we have not attempted any. We have 0. We will focus on one topic as an example. Let me go back. A paper different differentiation, we see we have 24 questions and we haven't attempted any. It currently stands at 0. We want to change that. Okay, let's go back to practice by topics. As we have said, we'll get questions from KCSE papers and joint mocks, and we're focusing on paper 1, form 4, differentiation. Scroll further down and we see we have different questions across the different subtopics under that topic. So we select all subtopics and you can see we have 1 question under this subtopic, 3 questions under this subtopic, 2 questions under this subtopic, and so on and so forth. 5 questions here. We scroll down. We want to view the questions. Click here. And as you can see, we have questions from different years testing differentiation and the different subtopics under that topic. Let's select 1 question. We'll go for KCSE 2016, paper 1, question number 10. This question tests 2 subtopics under differentiation. Find the gradient of a curve at a point using tangent and forming the derivative of polynomial. To attempt the question, you need to know how the expected answer is supposed to look like. So here we have the values of A and B separated by a comma. So let's enter an incorrect answer. A is equals to B, comma, A is equals to 5, comma, B is equals to 3. Let's check our answer. It's incorrect. We can view a guide step by step on how to get to the answer, and then we have a second chance and we again enter an incorrect answer. Let's check. And you're given the correct answer is this, and if you want you can actually watch a video, but we won't do that right now. Let's go back to our progress status. Let's see if it's been updated. Come to the 3 bars, My Somo Langu. We're interested in paper 1, form 4 topic, and as you can see our progress has changed. At least now we have 2 questions that have been attempted under that topic, and we go to the particular subtopic that we just looked at, and we have an X here, meaning we have an incorrectly attempted question, and we have attempted 1 out of 3 questions. Click on that. You can see 0 correct questions, 1 incorrect question, 2016 paper 1 question 10, and you can view your attempt history. These are the answers that we entered and they were marked as incorrect. Okay, and we have 2 unattempted questions under that topic, KCSE 2019 question 24 and KCSE 2021 paper 2 question 9. Let's attempt another question still under the same topic and see if our progress will change. So yeah, let's this is a recent question, KCSE 2025 paper 1 question number 16. Click on the question to attempt it. Read the instructions, read the question and the instructions on how the answer is expected to be. So our answer is expected to be in the form of ax plus by, example given here. Right, work out on a piece of paper and then come enter your answer. So I'll enter a correct answer. Nope, sorry, you can delete by clearing. You can clear by simply clicking on the character. Minus y is equals to 3. We check our answer. Of course, we've earned our 3 marks, correct? And again, you can view a video explaining that particular question. Let's go back to our progress status report. My Somo Langu, paper 1, Form 4 differentiation, and we can see under that subtopic forming the derivative of a polynomial. We have one question that was tried and it was incorrect. And as you can see, we come here, that question that we just tested is incorrect, and of course we have the answer that we gave, which is incorrect. Let's see if we have attempted any other question. No, so under that topic, we only have those questions. We have an incorrectly answered question here. Finding equations of tangents and normals to a curve. 1 out of 6 available questions was answered correctly. Yes, this is the one that we actually just attempted. 2025, paper 1, question 16. That was our answer and it's correct. However, we see that we still have 5 unanswered questions under that particular subtopic, which you can attempt later on. Remember, you can download these questions, work on them offline, and then log back in, submit your answers, and the system will keep track of your progress. Let's wait for the download to finish and see the outcome. Okay, so looks like the download has finished, and we can then view the downloaded PDF document here. So here we are. We have 23 questions, all testing the topic of differentiation and the different subtopics. All right, and that's it. Remember, you can do the same for any of the 4 subjects. Happy learning.